All right, Alona, thank you. And I know the days still seem warm, but the nights, they are finally getting cooler. And it's really hot, staying hot on the football field.
Oh, yeah. Gary Horcher has the highlights from Week 7 in the high school football report. Hey, Gary.
Hey, good to see you guys. For years, Glacier Peak High and Snohomish felt they had something to prove in the Wesco 4A, right? The Grizzlies believe this is the year they can overthrow Lake Stevens as the conference champ, but they can't look too far ahead because Marysville-Pilchuck is always capable of an upset, and that's what it looked like early on. Screen pass there from Luke Shoemaker to Joseph Davis, and watch him go. Breaking tackles, spinning free all the way into the end zone. The Tommies would add another score for an early 12-zip lead. But after that, it was all Grizzlies. Crispin Bonchi goes almost untouched there into the end zone. Glacier Peak with a balanced attack. River Lean to Austin Burns. And the Grizzlies hold that lead the rest of the way. Final score, 49-18.
A big thing that we wanted to emphasize was staying calm, staying up. And I think the line did that very well. The backfield did that very well. And I think defensively we took a big step up from those first two drives.
Really proud of the way the kids they played in the second quarter and into the second half. And that's a big growth for our program. We really needed a game like that to respond and kind of battle through some adversity.
Way to go, Coach Keck, and it's time for you folks at home to get involved right now. Add your vote on Twitter at KIRO 7 Seattle for next week's Game of the Week. Cedar Crest against Cascade, Lakes at Lincoln, or Yelm against Peninsula. The results of that later in the show, and we're right back after this timeout. And we're back on the KIRO 7 High School Football Report. Since moving down to 3A, Monroe has taken control of the West Coast South. They could take a big step toward winning the conference title tonight before they visit Snohomish next week. First things first, they need to beat Edmonds Woodway, and the Warriors showing no fear. Cannon Kennard with a great catch there. They trailed by 1 after a mixed extra point. Bearcats firing right back. Blake Springer threads the needle to Blake Bublitz for the touchdown. Monroe holds on to win by 2 scores, 28-14. Also in 3A, Bellevue rolls over Lake Washington 48-14, and top-ranked Eastside Catholic stays unbeaten with yet another home win. An unscheduled doubleheader at Highline Memorial, Mount Rainier hosting Federal Way in a game that was pushed back from Thursday because of heavy smoke in the area there. Federal Way in control. Jay O'Neill hits Austin May for a 31-yard touchdown. The Eagles' offense was rolling and their defense was just as good. Rams trying to get something going, but Anthony Toomer strips the ball. Fumble is recovered by Federal Way. Too many turnovers by Mount Rainier. Gabriel Gomez hauls in the interception. Federal Way gets the shutout win, 44-0. Staying in the NPSL now, Auburn hosting Kent Lake, and the Falcons were playing catch-up in the first half until Jacob McConaughey hits Omari Williams for an 80-yard touchdown. Kent Lake still trailed by 10 here, and their biggest issue was that there was no answer at all for stopping Auburn quarterback Amari Goodfellow. He ran in for 2 touchdowns, threw for 2 more. Auburn wins again, 46-13, your final. 4A scores here. Puyallup wins a close one against Bethel, and in Kingco 4A, Bothell shuts out Woodinville. Kingco 2A, shifting gears here, Lindbergh and Highline in a nightcap at Highline Memorial. Lindbergh with a good-looking drive to open the game, and Tresnar Warren makes a big mistake. Naftali Clay makes the pick. The interception goes 88 yards the other way for a touchdown. Pirates lead this game 14-0 before they even take a snap on offense. Their running game was tough to stop. Jermaine Matthews goes 44 yards for the touchdown. Next drive for Highline, Rico Jerez Sosa cuts up the middle for a nice 39-yard run. He would score on the next play. Pirates hold on the first place with a 70-7 lopsided win. Now in 2A, North Kitsap blanks Bremerton. Tumwater also wins on the road. And we'll be right back. Welcome back to the KIRO 7 High School Football Report. Timberline paid a visit to Yelm last night as the Tornadoes faced their toughest test so far in the South Sound Conference. Yelm grounded and pounded, and Braden Platt plows in on 4th and goal from the 2. The Tornadoes were in control here, but The Blazers answered twice before halftime. Segret Ragland with a pair of touchdown passes, both of them to Jarrell Larkins, as Timberline makes it a 2-possession game. They were about to make it a 1-score game in the third quarter. Ragland looking for Jenkins once again, but Kyler Ronquillo makes the interception in the end zone to end the threat. Yelm went 80 yards in the other direction. On the following drive, Ray Wright scores from 6 yards out. All Yelm the rest of the way as they win it 56-14. In 2A, Washington started the season as a dark horse in the SPSL. The league belongs to Enumclaw, but Fife and Washington fighting for second place, and the Patriots pulled the upset on senior night. Luke Elliott protecting a late lead. Nice pass to Francis Taposa. After starting the season 0-3, Washington has now won 4 in a row. They ran out the clock to stun the Fife Trojans. 28-21 the final here. Washington can clinch a district playoff spot with a win next week at Steilacoom. Okay, the voting is in on Twitter. The game of the week is Yelm and Peninsula, a showdown for the South Sound Conference title. Thanks for voting, everyone. And thanks for watching. Let's hope the good weather holds up a few more Friday nights and the smoke clears out of here. Check out our website, KIRO7.com, for more scores and high school highlights.